Hello, welcome to the Real Internet Come Forth YouTube channel. My name is Antonette Smith and I am your author. Remember to get your books, get your books, get your books, people. I want you to read along with me. I want you to read ahead of me. Send me all your questions, your comments, and concerns. Okay, so we can talk about them. Okay, remember, each book comes with its own loyalty card. The Real Internet Come Forth comes with its loyalty card. You buy the first 3 books, I give you the 4th book free. Behind the Scenes come with its own loyalty card. You buy the first 4 books, I give you the 5th book free. Each book comes with its own bookmark. Each book comes with its own bookmark. And I will send them to you. Let me know that, send me proof that you have that you have purchased your books. They come in paperback and digital version. Whether you get them in paperback or digital version, I want you to have the loyalty cards and I want you to have the bookmarks. But I don't know if you have them if you don't send me proof. Okay? So, and remember, my new book, My Jesus Experience, Our Journey. It is available on the market. Please get your copies fresh off the press. And I will send you your bookmark that comes with it. All right. So I have a couple of questions finally. And I'm going to answer them. And they are from Cleveland, Ohio, people. All right. The first one said, how long did it take for you to write your book series? Okay. It took me 2.5 years to write the Real Internet Come Forth book series. It is 9 volumes, 4 separate books. It took me 2.5 years to write that book series. And it took me 1 year to write the Behind the Scenes book series, which is 5 separate books. So a total of 4 years it took me to write all 14 books of my book series. Hope I've answered your question, Cleveland, Ohio. The next question is, did you always know what you would write about? Did you always know that you would write about your life? No. I knew that I would write. And I knew that I would write a book, but I had no clue what it would be about. I didn't know the title of my book and what I would write about until 2014, when I was in the shower and I just heard the words, The Real Internet Come Forth. And I'm like, what is that? Like, The Real Internet Come Forth, what is that? And it looks like the title of your book. And I'm like, no, 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 no. We can write about anything, okay, except my life. Like, no, I'm not talking about me. Let's write about raising some children. Let's write about being a teen parent. Let's write about taking care of old people or something. But no, I'm not writing about me. But that was in September 2014. April 24th, 2015 is when I began writing. And I wrote out all 9 chapters of my book. It was 9 chapters at first, but when I got to book chapter 6, which is volume number 6, I decided to make it a book series and turn the chapters into books because they were so long, you know. And I'm like, people ain't gonna buy a book this thick. But no, I didn't always know that I would write about my life. Okay. Hope I've answered your question, Ohio. The next one is said, are you proud of your book series? I'm very proud of my book series. I'm very, very proud of my book series. Because as I began to write my book series and as I began to tell my story, the Lord began to heal me of my past. Because a lot of things I didn't talk about or tell anybody until I wrote my book. Like I wrote it out. You know, I never physically or verbally communicated a lot of things out. I wrote it out in my book series, and he promised me that as you write about it, I will heal you. And so I went through all the emotions of the hurts and the abuses that I had suffered and I had endured that I wouldn't talk about, that I wouldn't confront, that I wouldn't deal with. And so I'm very proud of my book series because I'm healed. I'm healed, I'm delivered, and I'm set free. And so I can talk about it, you know, and not only the Real Internet Come Forth book series, but the Behind the Scenes book series, because that book series is more about my mental and emotional journey to health and wholeness and wealth. How I began to change the way that I think a different view on life, and really dealing with me, the behind the scene things that people don't see. People don't see what goes on in your mind. They don't see what goes on in your heart. They don't know your secret hurts. They don't know your secret pains. And so I'm very proud of both of my book series. You know, both of them are about me, about my life. I think um, I'm more proud of it because I put a lot of words to a lot of people's story that they don't get to tell. A lot of people have encountered and endured many things that I have gone through, and they don't talk about it, just like I know I didn't talk about it. And so I just think I'm shedding light on a lot of different subjects and topics that we don't talk about. Unfortunately, I had to endure a lot of different things to be able to talk about it, but it's worth it. It's worth it because my whole goal was, I was like, okay, if I can help one girl and keep her from having the life that I live, I write my book series. And the Lord didn't answer. He didn't say anything. You know, I call myself gonna bargain with him, but the fact of the matter is I've not only helped one girl, I help boys, girls, men, and women. Many of them, you know, by telling my book story because um, I'm talking about subjects that we deal with on a daily basis. I'm talking about hurts and pains that we cover up all the time. And I'm open with it. I'm transparent. You know, like I said, my life is an open book. And I mean, I go into real detail about the things that went on with me because I want to walk you through how I felt at those times. I want to walk you through how I felt with the abuse in my mind, how I responded to the drugs, how I responded to rejection and oppression and all these types of things. I'll walk you through because I want you to feel how I felt. And I want you to see how Christ brought me out. I didn't bring myself out. And so that's why I'm very proud of this book series because you can see from the beginning to the end or how I evolved, how I transformed right before your very eyes. Now, it took me years to get through this. You understand what I'm saying? And because I had to live it. I don't write about anything that I haven't lived. I don't write about anything that I haven't experienced firsthand, you know, and then processed. So all of these things that I write about in my books, I've lived it, process, and now I can talk about it. And so I think it brings more light, I said, to people. I think it brings more healing to people because they know that they can be free. They know that they're not by themselves, you know. And I wish I knew a lot of people in my time when I was going through that will freely talk about the things that we go through or that the things that I have suffered and endured. But most of the time, people, they want to hide the negative things that they've gone through, the drug abuse, the molestations, the rapes, the domestic violent relationships, and running from the police and have a criminal record. We want to hide those things. But things that hide, you don't get free from it. Things that you hide, you don't get healed from it. And so I wanted to be free. You know, I wanted to be whole. I wanted to love myself. I wanted to enjoy myself. I wanted to have peace, not only within myself, but in my surroundings, in my home, you know, and I wanted a new life. And so Christ gave it to us. So I'm very, very proud of my book series. Very proud of it because it's blessing millions of people. It's touching millions of lives. It's giving them hope. It's encouraging them to seek Christ, to seek a better way, to know that you can get out of any and every situation. So thank you, Ohio, for your questions. So we're going to read from the final chapter. We're just going to be in here 3 weeks. This week number 3, The Real Antonette Come Forth, Volume 5, Years of Isolation. And we're going to read from chapter 11. And it is titled, Will I Trust God Totally? And it is November 2004 to March 2005. Okay. It say, now I was about to see if I really believed in the power of God, or was I just fooling myself? I was about to see if I believe all these scriptures I had been quoting so hard and forcing on my children. I was about to see what I was really made of and who really is for me and against me. At this point, I was confined to a bed all day until my children got home from school. And not only that, I couldn't walk but a few steps. I couldn't get out of bed by myself and definitely could get on and off the toilet or tub by myself. I was totally dependent upon my children. They were all I had. Will I trust God totally? I asked myself because I had always had my health and my strength, and I had always been one to take care of myself and my children. Now I couldn't take care of them nor myself. I had always been one who worked overtime, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and stayed busy. Now I'm confined to my bedroom alone 8 to 9 hours a day, and I couldn't move. Lord, will I suffer a nervous breakdown? Will I die from depression? Will I die from rejection? Will I die from a broken heart? Will I have complete meltdown? All types of things that I was going through in my head at this point. I was detoxing from drugs again. I was thinking about all the people I had helped in my life. I was thinking about how much I missed my father and me not closing the door to his death. I was thinking about the murder of my brother. I was thinking about the guys that had molested me and tortured me. I was thinking about my daughter's father and the betrayal and his lies. I was thinking about my husband and the disrespect, the abandonment, the abuse, and the mistreatment, the hurt, the pain I continue to experience from him time and time again. Wait a minute. I was thinking about how could God really be real and all powerful and allow this one little girl to suffer all these types of abuse, mistreatment, and suffering year after year. And yet he say he loves me. Yet he say he died for me to have life and to have life more abundantly. Oh, I get it. You continue to allow me to live so I can continue to suffer abuse at the hands of all men I come in contact with. Will uh, come in contact with. Forgive me if I find it hard to see your hand in all this madness because right now I don't. In my mind, I wish I would find a loving Christian family to raise my children. You have entrusted to me that I can that wait a minute. In my mind, I wish you I wish you would find a loving Christian family to raise my children you have entrusted to me that I continue to fail and just let me die. What is the purpose of me to live? I can't do anything that's in my heart of hearts to do because it's always 10 to 12 stumbling blocks in my way. I'm sick and tired of living up to this fantasy image and I had in my head of what I think my life should be like. I mean, I'm thankful for the rays of hope you have given me, and I'm very grateful for my loving children you have given me too. But they deserve better. They deserve the best of the best. I can see their little eyes. They are so sick and tired of me and their father BS. Lord, they can't take no more of this kind of life. I can't take any more of this kind of life. Will I ever be free? Will I ever be whole? Will I ever love myself? Will I ever have true love from anyone? Will I ever do for me? Will someone ever do for me what I've done for them? Do, how much more can I really take? I was lying in bed and crying, thinking all of these thoughts with me while I was a violent, wait a minute. I was lying in bed thinking all of these thoughts with me I was lying in bed. Wait a minute. I was lying in bed crying, thinking of all of these thoughts with me, very violent thoughts and concerns because it was where I was right now. So I fell asleep in the midst of all the thoughts and the tears. And I'm going to end it right there. So as you see, I have total meltdowns. Um, doing my process. And, I think we have periods like that, like, will I trust God? Do I really believe the scriptures that I read? Do I really believe the things that God say to me? And so I think when we encounter life situations, and we've quoted so many scriptures and we, get our faith all high and we, so joyous. And then when life hit us with a punch, we'd be like, okay, wait a minute. Do I really believe that stuff I was saying? You know, because life can hit you like that. So I went through periods of that, as you just read. And what this is referring to, I had a car accident. I had a car accident and I was broken up. I had 4 broken ribs. My shoulder was dislocated and I couldn't walk, and it's because I had relapsed on drugs and had a wreck. And my children had to care for me. And so you begin to see who is really for you and who is against you, when you get down. So that's what that chapter is about. So get your book, people, so you can finish the story. So remember, that was the final chapter of Volume 5. Next week, we're going to be on Volume 6 in the same book, y'all. All right, so we're going to see what Chapter 6 is talking about. Volume number 6 is talking about. All right, and remember, until we meet again, God gets the glory and I tell the story. Goodbye.